Businesswoman Barbara Kavovit is one of New York's 8 million stories. Take a listen.
Growing up in the Bronx, she attended public school and went on to graduate from SUNY Oswego. After a brief stint working in finance, she launched her own business, which is now one of the largest female-owned construction companies. Kavovit is also an author and creator of Line of Tools for Women.
Stay out of it, make me.
And if she looks familiar, perhaps you recognize her from her appearances on The Real Housewives of New York City.
Well, now she has her sights set on Gracie Mansion and is running for mayor of New York City. Good morning to you.
Good morning. You just took me down memory lane.
There you go. That's what we do.
Well, no tables are being tossed or turned here. Don't worry about that. But we do want to get to the details of your successful run with a construction company that you founded. Why take that and now run for mayor?
You know, I've been thinking about this for a long time, and I'm someone who grew up in the Bronx, a hardworking family, and the question really became, why shouldn't I run? I'm a citizen of New York, I'm a business owner, I'm a small business owner, and I just felt like the city, from my perspective, has experienced the worst mayor in history, and I've just been watching your show on the homeless issue. It breaks my heart to see homeless people without food, without shelter. But again, New York is becoming a reactionary town. There has been no plan in place, and being in construction and building for large corporations, everything needs a plan.
Right.
And as mayor, that's what I would do.
So when you say that word plan then, right, we are also in the midst of a pandemic, a global pandemic, which has hit New York City so hard. What is your plan then to restore the economy, to help with the crime, bring back people who are fleeing from New York City?
Oh, that's, you know, you're touching the most important things for my campaign. Number one, we need a plan in place to the private providers who are getting paid tens of millions of dollars a year to house the homeless, okay? But yet they're in the subways, they're assaulting women, they're assaulting people. Just in the past 2 weeks, there have been four assaults, two murders. There have been 8 murders this year. Why can't we have the NYC property that the city owns, not that the city owns, but the federal government owns and the city manages? Why can't we refurbish that, repair that, so homeless families can be placed in these facilities? And we have social service providers. We pay for these people. We have to get the NYPD out of the homeless business. This is not what they do. They're not psychiatrists. They are not trained to do this type of work. And I think if we had a comprehensive plan to come up with how we can get the homeless people, the emotionally disturbed, the chemically dependent, into these NYCHA properties.
But Barbara, let me stop you right there. It sounds like a great plan. Sure. Let's put them in these NYCHA properties. Let's refurbish it. But the folks already living in NYCHA have a really tough time as it is. Their services aren't being met.
Exactly. And why aren't they being met? Because I believe that we don't have enough regulation in place to oversee what is happening. Look what happened to the private provider 2 weeks ago. I think his name was Victor Rivero, where he was accused of sexually assaulting a woman. I mean, I would like to know if those complaints, who were the authorities looking into those complaints, and why did it take so long to, this is what I'm talking about. There's not enough regulation put into place. And if I was a mayor, I would hire committees, a cabinet, to audit every program to make sure that the funds were being allocated properly, that people were being protected in these properties.
Yeah. And it seems that money and the economy is a huge issue, as is crime, right? You're touching upon a lot of the issues of crime, the spike in shootings that we've talked about here, crimes on public transportation, hate crimes against Asian Americans. A lot going on right here. How do you see your administration tackling all of those issues? And I've asked everybody who's come on who's running for mayor, would you keep Police Commissioner Dermot Shea?
Yes, although I would like to see an African-American woman police commissioner, I'm not going to lie. That would be a dream of mine. I think there's a lot of qualified African-American women that are in higher positions in the police department.
But you can make it happen, right? You said yes to Dermot Shea, but you could also bring in an African-American female then.
Yes, and why not do things that move us into the future? I mean, this city, you know, we have not had financial problems just because of COVID. This has been going on for a long time. Where are the politicians that are supposedly doing a great job to help this city? We need to do things to move this city into the future. And small business is crucial to doing that. We need the middle class. We need people like me that are just middle class people that had opportunity in New York City that started small business, okay? And I'm part of that community that employs people, that employs hundreds of people a year. We need more of that.
Well, Barbara, we are looking forward to hearing more about your platform, your plan. Thank you for joining us today. We're simply out of time, but best of luck to you and come back on the show.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.